Probably the hardest thing that I've done in my business was when recently, not recently, it happens a lot, but the most recent one was when I was going through, doing a webinar, and I was like in the middle of the pitch. And I was going all in. I felt like a ninja on steroids. Do ninjas take steroids? No, no. And I don't take steroids either. I'm not a ninja. Have you seen me? No, no, no. But just, for emphasis effect, I was like going all in. I was so excited. I was selling the idea. I was in my element, and the chat was blowing up with people saying, oh my God, give me the link. I want it right now. I want to join. And then I saw one person in the chat say something like, I'm barely living paycheck to paycheck. I am a single mom of 3. I don't know how to make the rent for my next month. I don't know what I will feed my children in the next week because I've run out of cash. Do you think I should buy? And the answer is really easy. No, you should not buy. Your priority, your focus should be on your children and having a roof over your head and all of those things. But the reason it was so hard to say it in that moment was because I was in a live webinar with hundreds of people. And when I say something like this, I'm not just answering that person, I'm also answering to probably 50 other people who were on the fence, whose situations may not be as bad as the person who was in the chat, but they would take it as Bushra saying, well, you should not buy, you should not prioritize it. And it's hard. It's hard to turn away that sale, but not just the sale for that person, but to sell away, to kind of turn away the sale of dozens of other people. But you have to do it. You cannot not do it, because if you do it once, then 2 things happen. First of all, you are telling someone who doesn't have the money and who's desperate, but has enough integrity to tell you in the chat box what their situation is. You're not listening to them. You're not acknowledging their voice. You're not telling them, I see you and I hear you. And you have to do that, because that person took time away from her life and her family to show up on your webinar. She didn't have to. She didn't have to sit through your pitch, listen to you, sell to her when she knows she doesn't have the money, but she still did. You owe it to her to respond to her, and you owe it to her to tell the truth. It is the hardest thing that you would ever do as a business owner, but that is the thing that you will need to do. Because remember, I've said this before. I don't know whether you watched this video, but I've said this before. Your role as a business owner is to make sure that by the time you're done pitching to them, your name is either on their credit card statements or on their vision board. The woman does not have the money to put my name on her credit card statement. But if I ignore her, if I don't acknowledge her, if I just pretend she doesn't exist because I don't want to turn away dozens of people on their webinar, I don't want to turn away those sales, what happens? She doesn't even put my name on her vision board. And that is a loss for me as a business owner in the long term. That is what integrity looks like. It's hard. The other situation where I've felt like, oh my God, why do I have to answer this, is when people come to me and say, and that's really common, they would say something like, I have this course and this program and this course and this program, and they would literally give me a list of at least 10 different programs, super expensive ones, and they would ask me, do you think I should buy your program? Same situation. I, in all consciousness, cannot tell them that my program will solve all of their problems and they should just start afresh and dump all the money that they've paid on all of those courses. I can't do that in all consciousness, because guess what? Yes, my product, my system works, my community is great, all of those things. But if they want the results that they want, and if they want it bad enough, they can get it from the other solutions that they have. So when they come to me and they trust me enough to ask me this question, do you think I should buy? I'm like, literally, they've placed their trust in me. I cannot, in all consciousness, say, you know what? No, the only way you can get the results that you want is from my program, because that would be out of integrity. So I have to tell them. My typical answer to that would be, you know what? You have a lot of training. You have a lot of world-class training. I'm not going to discount all of that training. I'm not going to trivialize all of those courses and competitions and my competitors. Instead, I'm going to tell them, this is what I tell them, go ahead and implement what you already have. And once you've made the money, come back and I would love to have you. But it does not make sense to me, to tell you that just, leave everything, just consider it a sunk cost and start afresh with my program. This is what integrity looks like.